Hey, hello. I am Dee Love. Thank you for coming through and seeing your girl. I appreciate you. How are you? Today we're here to talk about Nene Leaks real quick. So Nene Leaks is no longer. Oh yeah, don't forget like, subscribe, and share if you care. I care about you. Um. So Nene Leaks is no longer on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She put it out like she quit, but they was like, oh no. Say it however you want it, but we canceled your contract because you weren't acting as though you wanted to get on board. You didn't want to be a friend of the show. Now, you all do realize that Nene gave up a check. She was getting paid just to go to lunch, on vacations, and an occasional party. Mm-hmm. For real. That's crazy if you ask me. There ain't no way in hell I would have gave that check up. I'd have been a friend of the show. Absolutely. How much is y'all paying? Because I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't seem like a big deal. Everybody is like, oh, yes, you stood for what you believed in. Bullshit. She going to miss that deposit, honey. The first one is going to hurt like hell. I promise you. But by that third one, okay, you think about it. Your $97,000 is not going in there. Right. Your $84,000 is not being deposited. Don't tell me you ain't going to miss that shit. For going to lunch and getting along with some people? See, but this happens when your ego gets too damn big. See, Nene her britches been a little big. Nobody ever tells people these things. But yes, Nene has been out of control, been rude, being disrespectful to her castmates and shit. And you know what's crazy? She was like, oh, none of them stood up for me. None of them fought for me. Excuse me. But you treated them badly. So no, they probably weren't going to stand up for you and fight for you, right? But you didn't see them as friends, but you thought Andy was your friend? Oh, see, because that's how much above them you were. Right. So you had to be pulled down a few pegs. The important thing in life, people, is not to burn bridges. Now, in a sense, she's burned some bridges because she's tried to sue Bravo. She's accused Andy of being a racist, which is damaging. However, do you all remember that about 3 seasons ago when she was fighting to get Kim Zolciak back on there? And we know how Kim feel about black people. So in my opinion, she had played herself then because we've been over Kim. What? So, Nene has done a few things that really she should have understood that she didn't have that much leverage if she was taking accountability for her actions. And this is what happens when you don't have people around you who can keep it real with you. Because anybody who would keep it real with her is kicked to the curb. You understand? She don't want to hear nothing from anybody. You don't talk negative to her because she is what? The queen. Now, when she attacked that producer in her closet, she should have been fired then, honestly. There shouldn't even been a question about it. Because that went totally left. It was unnecessary. And there was no one else to blame but herself because she's the person who put her hands on that man. Period. But no, of course, they always got to find other people to blame. And that's common with people who never accept responsibility for their damn actions. No, it's nobody else's fault. It's yours. Okay? Anything that happens in your life is your fault. So she didn't want to be a friend of the show. She's being rude. Remember on the reunion, when she hung up because she said they was asking her questions about her friendship with Wendy Williams and they weren't asking other people about their personal lives. First of all, Wendy Williams is a public figure. Of course they would ask you. Hello? But she clicked off as if they were going to give a damn and run her down. And when they didn't care and Andy was like, whatever, she should have known then because she thought Andy was her friend. Now, there's a saying that my mom used to say when we was growing up. She used to be like, if you say you thought, you'd be like, oh, I thought it was over there. She'd be like, you thought like Andy thought cat shit was candy. Okay, you thought motherfucking wrong. That's not what it is. Andy is not your friend. Andy is your boss. But again, she could see Andy as a friend, but not the girls. None of the girls are her friends. Then she tries to compare herself to Candy, which is just a no. First of all, people like Candy, all right? Straight up. Candy's a mogul. Candy's about her business. Candy's talented. Candy has several different things that she does, okay? What are you going to do? It was a free check to go to lunch, to go on vacation, to go to a party, to meet up with some people and be nice. You can't beat that. Never cut off your nose or spite your face. I'm telling y'all, it's like when y'all go buy a car and you got a nice old car, your payment is 600. You like, oh, I got this or whatever. The car is great. But then you got to send in that first payment. You like, But that second payment, you like, you know what? Damn, I could have kept my other car. Fuck. That's how she gonna feel when them deposits don't go into her account. The first month is, but that second month of that 97,000 or that 102,000 or that 64,000 or that, you think you're not gonna miss that money? I'm telling you, I would have stayed my ass right on over there. It was $1 million cut that they were given. $1 million cut. And then you don't get nasty with people who made you a millionaire in the first place. You ought to be grateful and thankful. Because at the end of the day, they put you on. You know, you wouldn't have none of this shit if it wasn't for them. So you can't really turn your ass to these people. That's how you burn bridges. You need to leave the door open so you could go back in later on just in case, you know? So at some point, once she do some healing, she need to do some apologizing. Because as long as Andy was grinning and skinning in your face, he wasn't a racist. Then when he didn't want to do what you wanted him to do, then you want to flip the script now. So a racist been a racist the whole time. They don't just change overnight. Like, it is what it is. So for you to pull that shit 11 years later, 13 years later, well, he's been doing his show, Watch What Happens Live, for 11 years. And he said, you know, she's been on there more than anybody. So they had that kind of relationship. But again, she confused the two. But that's what happens when your head gets too big. That's what happens when people can't tell you shit. That's what happens when you are the queen. And what I need women to understand is, yes, you are a queen, but you are not my queen. You are not anybody else's queen. You might be your man's queen, and sometimes you're not even his queen, but you damn sure need to realize that you're only the queen in your world. You're the queen in your life, okay? Other people don't see you as the queen. So you shouldn't be talking to people like you're the queen. Stop speaking to people like they're beneath you. Don't talk at people. Talk to them. Because you're only the queen. This goes for you princesses too. In your own world. Other people don't really give a shit about that. When you throwing tantrums and popping shit because you the queen, the people around you are not saying, oh, that's just the queen. That's just, no, that's not what we're saying. They're like, that's a rude bitch. She's nasty. She really needs to learn how to behave. She's disrespectful. They're not seeing you as a queen. Trust that shit. Okay. But again, homegirl quit her job for going to lunch, going on vacation, going to a party, and being nice to people. You can't get a better job than that. All right. I'm available if you need me down to the Bravo studios. Okay. I'll come through. I'll fill in. You damn right. That's a good check. That's a nice free check. You can't beat that shit. What? Oh my goodness. But Nene needs to change her attitude and recognize her status about who she is and what it really is that you have to offer. You know, because I would be eliminating shit right now. And hopefully she bought some homes outright, paid for them cash. Because y'all remember when Candy bought her home and they didn't like the side of the town she lived on? Her and Kim and them was turning their nose up. But Candy got 2 houses for the price of one and remodeled some shit. Yeah, nice property. But it was how the hell is she looking down on Candy? Huh? Right? And didn't Kim have to move out of her house? There was some drama with the landlord evicting them and over some, then they was arguing over bushes and all kind of shit. Right. People forget. She need to go back and watch the shit that we watch. Maybe she needs a refresher. But yeah, I know. But I wish Nene well. Hopefully this all turns out for her. I'm sure it will. You know what I'm saying? She got hopefully money in the bank, you know. But recognize and play your position and understand that you got an attitude problem and you need to check it yourself. Okay? This is about you and nobody else. This is about you. People like to blame other people. No. No. Deuces.